This is firefighter Rafael Porriet reminding you that every day a portion of every Firehouse Subs purchase goes towards helping first responders. Try the new pastrami Reuben, loaded with hot pastrami, sweet and tangy slaw, and melted Swiss. For a limited time, get a medium pastrami Reuben for just $6.39. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Limited time offer at participating locations. Firehouse Subs will donate a minimum of $1 million in 2018 to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation by donating 0.13% of every purchase.
Does marketing with free giveaways really work? Business Questions Answered Here, episode number 28. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Jay Cleveland Payne. I am a personal and professional development specialist. I have an MBA, and most importantly, I have made a lot of mistakes in over 20 plus years of working on and worrying about my management of my own small businesses and entrepreneurial endeavors. I would like to help you by allowing you to learn from my personal mistakes, my decades worth of study and research, and of course, some insights from other business people and entrepreneurs. To submit your question to the podcast, please visit our website, businessquestionsansweredhere.com. This episode is sponsored by My Company Works. More on our sponsor in a moment, but first, let's get to this week's question. This week's question comes from Janae, who is being sent back in time by a co-founder for a new way to market their business, and she's not so sure that it's really going to work. Here's the question as she sent it to us. I manage a concierge messenger and shipping service in a major metropolitan area, with the luxury of founding the business with great friends from college. Most of our new customers are coming from word-of-mouth referrals, but our service is gaining notoriety around the city. One of the partners brought back our college days and suggested that we put our logo on T-shirts, water bottles, and notepads for giveaways to bring in a few more customers. I remember T-shirt giveaways as being cheesy and don't see a real gain for us with this as an expense. Does marketing with free handouts work for real businesses? That is a great question, Janae, and thank you for sending it in, and thank you for trusting me with the answer. And once I give you this pre-story, you may not trust me so much with the answer that's going to come out, but you'll get it anyway. Now, I'm thinking back to my college days and actually my first quarter in college where I went away and then went home for the break. And because I'm a new freshman, and that's what moms do because they love their kids, they do their laundry the first time home. And I remember my mom being in such a big shock as she's doing my laundry and just complaining about just how dirty my clothes are. And then after she goes through essentially everything I've brought home, everything I've worn for the past few months, goes to realize that all I own are gray T-shirts. At least that's all I received while I was there. Because I went on a kind of short hop and expected to buy some clothes when I got to college, buy some things along the way. But since there were so many people giving things away, a lot of them were credit card companies handing out T-shirts, I ended up with a lot of T-shirts. T-shirts from parties, T-shirts from credit card companies, and T-shirts from other people trying to gain my trust and gain my business. So I know for a fact that at least 30 odd years ago, going to college and getting free stuff was a thing that worked very well. T-shirts were a big draw. I know from now, as I work in broadcasting, when we send people out for remote broadcasts and you want them to go away with something so they have a keepsake, giving them a cup, giving them a T-shirt, giving them a keychain, something that's useful to the point that they may use it, at least they won't just toss it away, is a great thing to have. Putting something in someone's hand with your name on it that they'll have to look at a few times, and if they keep it around, will bring that whole branding the brain thing to you, is a great thing. Putting your logo on any type of thing is essentially long-term branding. It's just like a billboard. When you drive by a billboard, it's not saying come right now. Well, of course, some do on the highway when you're driving a long distance and it's saying come to a restaurant for a stop. But everyone that goes by that billboard won't stop at that time. And everybody that drives by a billboard for Coca-Cola won't necessarily go and get a Coca-Cola within the next 5 minutes. But when you want something to drink and you're in the store, you're going to think about Coca-Cola brand when you're in the store. When you drive by and you are hungry, and you're going to see that sign and think, hey, maybe I do want to stop at this restaurant. Branding the brain and basically putting the images in there so that you can always use them as a starting point to choose from is what this is all about. It's what handing out the T-shirts and the keychains and the water bottles and the notepads are all about. I'm assuming because you guys are messengers, he thought a T-shirt, which are universal, a water bottle, which showing that you're moving the move, and a notepad because you're taking notes are sort of things that fit your niche. So it's something that goes well in your handouts. It could be basically anything. He could have said keychains and pins, and it would have been the same deal. We want something to hand to other people with your name, your logo, with your idea of who you are, so you can keep that in mind or top of mind when the time comes. And if you get enough people around town wearing your T-shirt, enough people in the companies that are doing business with you wearing your T-shirts, and other people see them, they'll ask about them. They'll inquire, obviously. They may even click on a link, or I guess they can't click on a link on the T-shirt, but they can look for a link on the T-shirt and check it out later when they get back or on their phones immediately. What you're doing by doing this sort of merchandise marketing is literally walking around with billboards, having people have billboards so that when you give them a cup, I keep using that example because that's what we do a lot here for the radio stations. A lot of stuff we do are simple things we can carry around, and cups are relatively easy to stack and move around, and they're light. And if we have to carry a bunch back to the vehicles, it's not like carrying large coffee mugs like we did back in the past. They're light, they're simple, they're easy to go. T-shirts go pretty quickly. CDs and stuff like that, we still give those away, are a little heavier, oddly enough. So cups keep coming to mind. So it's important to pick something that's really going to fit your niche. And water bottles and notepads and T-shirts are just universal, but those seem to fit the niche you're going with. Pins might work out as well. It's important that you don't pick something that might offend your listeners. I say listeners because I do radio. Offend your people that are doing what they're doing. For example, we had a program director for a station many years ago, as they're gathering their new stuff for their remotes, order a big batch of the little card-size magnifying glasses that you put into your wallet or your purse. And another program director sort of kind of nudged him saying, that's kind of offensive. You're basically telling your listeners that you think they're old. And then he followed it up with the grips that you have for opening jars, which the other program director thought was even worse. That guy no longer works here, they both no longer work here, but the one guy who was ordering the stuff for old people, basically calling his listeners old, he left unceremoniously, and the other guy more or less left under his own power, if you understand. So picking the right thing to give out is really important. Now, as you said, you believe it seems kind of cheesy, seems kind of silly to do the giveaways. And if it seems that way, you also have to think about the people you're trying to market to. Does it seem cheesy and cheap to them? If it's a T-shirt and it has Nike on it, no one's going to question what's going on. Even if you bought T-shirts for your old crew and they just wore them around on their own, people would see them, and it's still marketing that way. So T-shirts are usually a big hit regardless, because you can always toss them around and can be very simple to give away. The other stuff, which some can be pretty pricey, let's say you're giving away something like thumb drives or things like that, you can get them fairly cheap in bulk with your logo and be useful, but at some point in time, you've got to look at the return on the investment. Yes, you're buying chattel that's really simple and easy to hand out for the purpose of doing that, but is it really going to get people to remember what's going on? This doesn't really answer your question. It goes into the general answer of maybe, it depends, but it maybe depends on what it is you're handing out, who you're handing it out to, and how much mileage you think you'll get from them getting it. If all you're dealing with is T-shirts and pins and cups and notepads and water bottles, you're talking very small business. If you're talking very big, large, expensive things, then it gets pricey, and then you may have to worry about the actual investment you got going too. But it sounds like it's a really quick and easy idea to toss up some T-shirts, hand them out to a few folks and see how they work. And you can also get T-shirts in small batches. And let's say it does work and people actually want to get in on the business. You can set up a store and people can buy your merchandise so that not just customers can have them, but people who think your messenger service is really cool can feel like they're part of the service and be branded that way as well. And then they are paying you to advertise your own goods. And that's always a good thing. So that's my answer for Janae for this week. Janae, keep up with us. Let us know how things are going. Let us know if you do buy the goods, if you do hand them out, and if they do work out well, or if you get a chance to kind of poke your coworker in the shoulder and tell them that you were right in the first place. And if you out there want to get in on this deal and have us answer a question for you, It's very simple. Visit the website businessquestionsansweredhere.com and submit it there, or send me an email, businessquestionsansweredhere@gmail.com. Right now, a quick word for My Company Works, our main sponsor for this week. You can always visit our website, Business Questions Answered Here, and click on the sponsors page and see all the great sponsors we have. But this week, we are spotlighting again, mostly because we are in tax season, and we want to make sure you're prepared for next year for your business. Asking all these business questions are great, but making sure your business is ready to go is a whole nother level. And My Company Works, formerly known as My New Company, is there for you. Since 2001, they have helped form over 50,000 businesses, either as incorporations or LLCs, at low, right now, with a price as low as $79 plus whatever your state fees are. It's very simple. It's all done online, and they will help you through the process. If the online is not good enough for you, they have people who answer phone calls and will talk you through the process. They will take care of you. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. It is time to get things going. It's time to set up yourself the right way as an actual company, not just doing things on the side. So when you're ready, they're ready for you. They'll take care of you with a company, a real company, an incorporation if you're that big, or just a regular LLC to keep you going for as low as $79 plus your state filing fees. Go to our website, businessquestionsansweredhere.com/mycompanyworks, businessquestionsansweredhere.com/mycompanyworks, and they will do a great deal for you, and you'll get a great deal by going through our link. And as we said, stop by the sponsors page at our website and visit all the sponsors that keep us on the air. But keep an eye out right now for our main sponsor this week, our spotlight on My Company Works. So the question for you this week is a kind of a simple one and maybe kind of cheesy one. Do you go for free T-shirts? It's that simple. Do you go for free T-shirts or for free pens, pencils? Is free stuff an appealing thing for you when being marketed to? Answer the question in the comments for this week's episode, which is episode 28. So go to businessquestionsansweredhere.com/028 and answer the question there. And thank you for listening to this podcast. Make sure you subscribe using your favorite podcast app or service to ensure you never miss an episode. To submit a question or send comments, please visit our website, businessquestionsansweredhere.com. You can also email us at businessquestionsansweredhere@gmail.com. For more information on my other projects, visit my main website, jclevelandpayne.net. I'll be back soon with even more business questions answered here.
This is firefighter Rafael Porriet reminding you that every day a portion of every Firehouse Subs purchase goes towards helping first responders. Try the new pastrami Reuben, loaded with hot pastrami, sweet and tangy slaw, and melted Swiss. For a limited time, get a medium pastrami Reuben for just $6.39. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Limited time offer at participating locations. Firehouse Subs will donate a minimum of $1 million in 2018 to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation by donating 0.13% of every purchase.